everyone, and welcome to Midway Stadium for CTN's coverage of the Section 5 3A Baseball Championships. The Irondale Knights got out to a huge lead and won Game 1 of this championship day, 11-4, forcing the doubleheader. Now it's winner take all. The winner of this game moves on to the 2010 Minnesota State Tournament. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, the Cardinals put the freshman Logan Shore on the hill for this do-or-die contest against the Knights.
Yeah, you know, and it was an ugly game, that first contest, no doubt about it. It was one that Coon Rapids just got themselves in a big hole and really couldn't dig themselves out. And, you know, Ian Andrews typically has had some good outings, couldn't get his control, and walked a lot of batters, and they scored some runs. And this is a new start for now, obviously, for both teams.
Joe Norton leading things off, takes a called strike at the knees. Norton had a couple of RBI, scored a run or two, fouls this one off.
Well, and Shore comes in with a 2-2 record overall, also used in relief quite a bit, a couple of save appearances. But as far as an earned run average for Logan Shore, it's a 3.59 on the season for the young freshman.
Well, we saw him start against Champlain Park early in the season, and he had a really nice outing, able to mix up some pitches very nicely. He does throw a fastball that's into the 80s, when he's able to take something off of that or throw the breaking pitches, he's really had batters confused. He's had early to Norton, 0-2 starting this first inning. Fastball, soft roller back to Shore. He'll take several steps towards first and then flip to flipping for out number one.
The flip to flipping, an easy, relatively easy first out for the Cardinals here to start this game. And again, I think what they have to do is for Logan Shore to do is keep the ball low, keep it in the zone, because the Knights were jumping all over Ian Andrews in that first game, and also Kent Sippola as well.
Caldwell had a very big game at the plate in game number one. 2 triples, 5 RBI to help the Knights to that 11-4 win. Thought about the bunt, but took a ball, and now gets a piece, and it's 1-1. Fastball misses outside. Fastball fouled back to the backstop. And it's 2 apiece. This one chopped right side, flipping a few steps to his right. He'll flip to Shore covering the bag. And Caldwell got him on the foot a little bit, a little step there for Shore, but able to jog back after getting 2 quick outs.
I got a little nervous there because it looked like he may have hurt himself. As again, he had to hustle over there to get the runner. And I think he just tripped on himself.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought he was kind of limping because maybe Caldwell stepped on his foot, but looks like he's all right. Almost tripped himself.
Now the trainer is going to come out and take a look at him just to make sure that he's okay, and you certainly don't. You want to be careful in that situation. I think he's all right. I think it just he seems to be okay. I hope he's all right. He's just having him give his range of motion. He looks to be fine. The trainer jogs back to the dugout, and we're ready to continue to go here with 2 outs. Cardinals looking for that quick inning.
Corey Canady had a couple of hits, one of them being a solo home run in game 1. This one misses outside, 1-0. Shore trying to start with the type of inning Cardinals pitchers were unable to find in game 1, which is a 1-2-3 affair. Called strike, and it's 1-1. And Shore likes to work quickly.
Oh, he does.
On the hill. Fastball right down the middle, 1-2. Canady just watching the heat. Might have got a little sunburn as that one crossed the plate. That one down in the dirt, 2-2. Nice stop by Matasovsky behind the plate. Just missing, and it's a full count.
He's certainly trying not to lose him here.
This one foul. Canada staying alive.
There it is.
Strike three in a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Shore to start the day. Coon Rapids going to see if they can get to an early lead offensively. They hit in the bottom of the first when we return to the Section 5 3A Baseball Championship on CTN.
You ever think about buying a bigger place?
Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy.
There is no credit fairy.
How else will I get a better credit score?
Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it.
No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Do you have a problem with your friends driving recklessly? With your friends endangering your life? I'm here to tell you that reckless driving is the #1 cause of teenage deaths. But with new and improved Slow Down, you don't have to die.
He's right. We should slow down.
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Kim, pay attention.
Well, fans getting a little more for their dollar today at Midway Stadium. Pay for one because the Knights had the big offensive outburst. They get to stay for two.
Well, I didn't know you can get in for $1. That's a pretty good deal over here at the ballpark, getting in for $1. Well, and Heath comes to the mound with a 4-3 record and a 3.60 earned run average on the season.
Well, the Cardinals would like to see some solid production out of the top of their order. Tony Raymond hitting in the leadoff spot. Walked and scored in the fifth, but other than that, 0 for 3 in game one.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important for Tony to get off a little bit of a schneid up here in the second game and really lead this club, because he is one of the leaders, if not the leader of this team. And I know he gets frustrated when he doesn't play well, and he just can't have that carry over from game one into game two.
First pitch, hit past Tony Madsen at third, and doesn't get any quicker than that.
No.
Hot shot down the line and a leadoff single for Tony Raymond.
Well, Joe, and that's the way they need to start. They need to come out here and be aggressive and just take it to the Knights.
Sam Smith had a decent outing in game one, 2 for 4, a couple of singles, a run scored. Trying to jump on Heath early, watches a strike.
That's number 3. These two teams know that they just need to get past here this game today to make it to the state tournament. But they got a little time to kind of regroup. They don't start their first game until a week from tomorrow. I believe that is the 17th of June when they get their first game underway.
Smith squares, shows bunt, takes a pitch up and in. It's 1-1. He's going to see he did step out, take time to recheck the signs from head coach Jerry Coe down the third baseline. Cardinals in a position where they can play a little small ball. Smith, if he can advance the runner, a very good hitter in Shore coming to the plate next. Pitch is inside, 2-1.
Again, Coon Rapids loves to play small ball. That's their kind of baseball. Although they've had a fair amount of long balls this year.
Well, Smith, both of his hits in the first game, kind of the seeing eye single type. Again, shows bunt, takes a pitch outside, and now Heath behind the count, 3-1.
Well, Irondale needed a chip and a chair, and they definitely got that in the first game. And now here with that opportunity to see if they can win a doubleheader and get to the state. And I still think that the pressure is on the Knights at this point.
A lot of room on the right side of the infield, and Smith tries to bunt, but fouls it off, and it's a full count. And now one of those singles in the first game for Sam Smith hit deep to the hole between first and second, and right now that position wide open. And if he could put a grounder on that side of the infield, quite possible that Raymond would find his way to third base with nobody out. Got a piece, and it's a foul ball.
If he's able to put one in that hole with the speed that Tony Raymond has, I'd be surprised if he didn't make it to third. Because, look at the depth that right fielder Pomeroy is playing.
Yep. All game long playing really close to line in right field, but also quite deep. Runner is off, pitch is fouled back and out of play. And at the very least, Smith getting a lot of opportunity to look at Jeff Heath here in the first inning.
Well, it also gives his teammates an opportunity to look at Jeff Heath as well and see what he's offering this afternoon.
Steps off and watches Raymond back to first. Called third strike for out number one. A big pitch right there for Jeff Heath.
Yeah, I think Sam Smith thought he had the walk, was getting ready to take the trip down to first base, but we'll see it again here. A nice pitch right at the knees.
And now Logan Shore, who reached base all 4 times he came to the dish in the first. 2 hits, 1 RBI, 1 walk, and 1 time reached on a fielder's choice. Nice stop there by Kennedy on the pitch outside, 1-0. Check the runner, and Raymond back in plenty of time. Look at the size of Jim Jerry standing next to Tony Raymond.
He's a big man. There's no doubt about it. Of course, going to U on a scholarship to play football, U of M. Going to be an offensive lineman for Coach Brew.
This one chopped left side, and it gets past Madsen at third. See if that's an error. That's a play he probably should have made.
Absolutely.
But regardless, Coon Rapids with 2 runners on and only 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, they made the switch with Heath coming in from left to pitch. They moved Weezer out into left, and you're going to see here. There's the opportunity for Madsen, and maybe the Cardinals saw.
Still neither a hit nor an error on the scoreboard here.
Maybe they found a little weakness down that third baseline, has Coon Rapids. And Oakley, who's been having a hot bat as of late as well.
Struck out and then lined out his first 2 opportunities, but then a 2-run double with 2 out. This one chop foul. And they are going to give it a hit.
Yep.
For Logan Shore. Took a while for an official ruling on that one. This one stroked into center. Going back is Norton. He's behind it. Raymond is going to tag from second and move to third.
Oh, we have Waterman, Casey Waterman, actually over at first now for as a courtesy runner.
So a productive out for Oakley. Gets the runner 90 feet closer.
Now, Cardinals definitely would like to draw first blood here this afternoon in the second game. They want to be the aggressor. They want to be the controller of this baseball game. They know coming in they had 2 opportunities to win 1, and now they're down to their last opportunity to advance to state.
Joe Brenda 1 for 4 in game 1. Had a single, a stolen base, and scored a run. Nice pitch from Heath to start him with a strike. Again, a big hole on the right side with Jerry holding the runner. The pitch is inside. The runner was off. The double steal by the Cardinals. And Tony Raymond steals home to score the first run of the game.
Yeah, with 2 away, I'm not sure why you're throwing down to second base on that play. You know, if you've ever seen Coon Rapids play, they're very aggressive on the base paths, and you know they had that opportunity here.
And good wheels by Tony Raymond. There was no chance. The original throw from Canada to Caldwell was well off the mark. It was a breaking pitch to begin with, so you weren't going to get Waterman. And then just absolutely no chance for Caldwell to get it back home. And kind of lucky that Canada made the stop on that offline throw. Soft grounder by Brenda to Caldwell. They get the out at first, but a stolen base gets the Cardinals the early lead. We go to the second. Coon Rapids 1, Irondale 0. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
When you watch CTN News, you'll notice we're different. It's about the people, the places, the stories that affect your life.
We're local. We focus on the local communities, the local issues, and the local stories.
They're the stories that impact you, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
It's the people, the places, and the events that make CTN so interesting.
It's about connecting you to your community, one story at a time.
It's horrible.
Hey, yo, that was not my fault. That was his fault.
His fault? Come on. The running back ran right past you.
We are gonna rock this. Okay, guys, you ready for the big game?
Dad, did you do the laundry?
Yeah, I used the fabric softener. Let's go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Coon Rapids fans watching their team with the lead for the first time this afternoon. Of course, we're only in the top of the second. However, this is the second game of the day. Trailed all the way in game number 1. And now a winner-takes-all championship matchup here in game number 2.
And Logan Shore a little comfortable on the mound with just a 1-0 lead. Would have liked to seen a couple of runs come across, but now you're pitching with the lead, and we'll see what that young man, that young freshman has in store for these night hitters as this game unfolds.
Cardinals aggressive on the base paths, called the double steal.
Smart.
Pays off. Tony Raymond scoring. Questionable decision by catcher Corey Canada to throw down.
I don't know. I hope his manager said you shouldn't throw in that situation.
Heath chopper left side. Brenda on a high hop throws across, out number 1.
Because that with 2 away. Train. That's 4. We're about 7 behind from last game.
But yeah, with 2 out, you let that guy steal second base. And Brenda on the next pitch grounded out to short. Fouled back into the seats by Jim Jerry. Shore skips the fastball in front of home plate. Off-speed pitch is inside, 2-1. He was looking for a little more break on that one. Fastball in there to even the count.
Nice pitch from Logan Shore.
Yeah, anytime he throws one that doesn't go his way, he's got that strong fastball to come back on. Took a little something off that. Slow roller to Brenda, hustles his throw, but still there in time for out number 2.
Yeah, and
another
again,
one of those that just died on that infield grass, but good jump on the ball by Brenda, and of course Jerry not the fastest down the first base.
Not a lot of speed on running down the first base. A lot of girth coming at you.
You don't want to get in his way.
No.
And now Doug Weiser. Doug Weiser celebrating his 18th birthday. Happy birthday to him. Had a couple of hits. in game one. 3 hits, actually. Went 3 for 4 with a double, 2 singles. Scored 2 runs.
There's a nice pitch. Hit that outside corner. A lot of work for Joe Brinda this inning.
Catches the high pop-up. And another 1-2-3 inning for Logan Shore. We go to the second. Coon Rapids trying to increase their 1-0 lead. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
Today I'm going to talk about Patty. Patty's best characteristics, she's stupid. Stupid and ugly. Everything she does is ugly. Watch her eat. Watch her stuff her face. Look at her. Greasy hair, dirty fingernails. It makes me want to vomit. Get a life, Patty. Thank you.
Takeout meals for just $12.99. Call them.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montanopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich! This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Back at Midway Stadium, Ian Andrews leading off the second inning for Coon Rapids. Swings at the first offering from Heath. Andrews struggled, gave up a bunch of walks, ended up taking the loss in game number 1. Gave up, I believe, 7 runs in just 2 1/3 innings.
Boy, that off-speed pitch just really got Ian guessing on that one.
And we talked about his bat being dangerous. He only had 1 plate appearance in game number 1. Called strike and a 3-pitch strikeout to start the inning for Jeff Heath.
A nice way for Jeff Heath to start this inning. He's able to get Ian Andrews with the K. Called strike right there.
And now the catcher, Corbin Matasovsky, 0 for 2 in the first game. This one hit well right at Stassen. It bobbled it, throws over still in time to get the out at first.
Yeah, good recovery by Stassen.
It got there quickly.
It did get there quickly, and maybe a guy like Tony Raymond maybe beats that out. That would have been a little closer play. But Stassen able to regather it and threw over to the bag.
2 quick outs for Heath here in the second inning. Now facing Brandon Flippin.
That hit him.
And Flippin
twice.
Hit, I was going to say hit by a pitch for the second time today.
Take it any way you can get it. As long as he's okay, not hurt, obviously. Just a little bit of a nick there on him, and he'll take the bag.
Hey, he was 1 for 2.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure that hit him. That may have missed him.
If it got the jersey, it
Yep.
counts. And now Luke Height digging in. Also had 1 plate appearance as the relief pitcher in game number 1. Grounded out to second base in that instance. Now with 2 out and a runner at first base. Fastball misses outside, 2-0. Good pitch in there for strike 1. Fastball misses low, 3-1.
scoreboard just a little bit behind. It still has it at 2-1.
Well inside and a walk. So after getting 2 very quick outs, a hit batter and a walk with 2 outs, and the Cardinals go back to the top of the order. Tony Raymond started the first with a single down the line and then ended up scoring on a stolen base. Now trying to keep this 2-out rally going. Up high.
We talked about Tony Raymond, one of the players that can be the catalyst here for the Cardinals. Now getting another opportunity. See if he can, as you mentioned, keeping this inning moving with 2 away.
Nice backhanded stop by Canada. It's 2-0 though.
We've seen Canada make some nice stops. I mean, the only.
And here comes Fink out to settle his pitcher. We saw in game 1, Coon Rapids starting pitcher Ian Andrews had some control issues and hemorrhaged a bunch of runs early, and that cost him the game.
Yes,
and
it
now,
did.
Fink trying to keep that from happening to his man here in game number 2.
And that's smart by Chris Fink, just to come in and settle your pitcher down. You know, it's just a game where you're one and done, and if you lose this one, your season's over.
You got 2 outs.
Yeah, and you have to, and you have 2 outs, and so and also too, you got to make sure that all your fielders are aware of what they need to do in this situation. But Tony Raymond can be the spoiler on that meeting at the mound. There it is.
Called strike, 2-1. Good time to settle the pitcher, apparently.
Absolutely. Again, if Raymond can direct his hit and get a lot of real estate again out in right center field, a lot of real estate. Man's calling for a balk.
Heath went running off the hill, but nobody covering the bag at second, so flipping easily back safely. Pitch up high, 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Tony Raymond. Some grumblings from the Irondale crowd. They thought that was a good pitch. Again, they check on Flippin, and he races back to the bag ahead of Caldwell. No throw from Heath. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And Heath looked at the official, our umpire, our home plate official, and said, "Are you kidding me? That's not a strike."
Another look at it.
Oh, I don't know. That looks good.
That looks awfully good. Back-to-back walks and 3 free passes with 2 outs for the Cardinals to load them up for Sam Smith.
Well, now you have to make those opportunities count. Sam Smith with a big opportunity here at the plate. We're seeing Aaron Starr going out in the bullpen for the Knights and going to warm his arm up. We saw him earlier in that late in the first game. Now he's getting an opportunity. I think they want to make sure that they don't want to get in too much trouble here.
Heath found the inside edge, but then misses outside, and it's 1-1. Great patience at the plate by the Cardinals. And now 2-1. Some have been easier to take than others.
Yep.
That one, not much of a question for Sam Smith. Heath able to find the zone that time and evens the count. The 2-2 pitch hit right back up the middle and through. 1 run is going to score. They're going to send Height home as well. A 2-run single for Sam Smith. Then the Cardinals have a 3-0 lead.
Oh, the Sam Smith, the early hero here for Coon Rapids, as he's able to drill one right back up the box. scoring a couple of runs. Runners with 2 outs off with the crack of the bat. There you see it, right back over the head of Heath, right back up the box. Coon Rapids going to take a 3-0 lead, and still looking for more. As what I would say is their most dangerous hitter of the season so far right now is Logan Shore coming to the bat.
Singled in the first. This one hit high to right center field. Long run for Norton. He is under it, though, to make the catch and end the inning. Coon Rapids puts 2 more on the board. They have a 3-0 lead after 2 innings. You're watching the Section 5 3A Baseball Championship on CTN.
So, are you going out tonight?
I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work.
That's so gay.
Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
It's close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The umpires hearing the opinions of our fans.
That's what my mustache aspires to.
I didn't know that the Shapiro stash could be improved upon.
Well, you know.
Bottom third of the order due up for Irondale. As we start the top of the 3rd inning, Pomeroy, Starr, and Stassen. So far, through 2, the Knights have yet to get it out of the infield against Logan Shore.
Well, and this is the meat of the order that did the damage in the first game for the Knights, and that those last 3 hitters for Irondale. And Logan Shore starts this top of the 3rd in a good position now with a 3-0 lead.
Stassen taking a strike at the letters. It's 1-1. Or Pomeroy, rather. Fouls this one off into the seats. Pomeroy, 1 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 runs scored in game 1. That one skips in front of the plate, and a nice stop by Matisovsky. 2-2. Got a piece of that and fouled it off on a little half swing. Another 2-2 pitch. Roller to Brenda again, and more of these grounders to third.
Yeah, and Joe getting a lot of work here this afternoon in the second game.
He'll take it.
Absolutely. You know, he's very solid in the field. A nice throw across the diamond to Flippin for that first out. And you know, right now we're looking at similar results in that first game with Kepler as being in control, as Logan Shore being in control here for Coon Rapids this time.
The DH, Aaron Starr, 0 for 3 in game 1, but he reached on a fielder's choice and walked, scored twice. Fouls back the first pitch. Fastball just misses. 1-1. And now up high, 2-1. Fastball chopped right side. Unable to make the play is Smith.
First hit.
And Starr gets the first hit of the game against Shore.
Well, Sam was in position on the dive, but that ball just hit the infield dirt and then hopped right over his glove, whether he'd been able to make the out or not. But nonetheless, we're going to see it here. It's going to find its way, flips right over the top of his glove.
And now number 9 hitter, the second baseman, Mark Stasson. 2 for 3 with a 2-run double and a walk and a run scored. Got just a piece of that one, but Shore ahead in the count 0-2.
As a pitcher, obviously that's where you want to be, ahead 0-2, and Shore's able to do a fair amount of things from the mound. You know, when David Levesque was in speaking with us in that first game, talking about he spoke with Logan obviously, and you'd never know he was a freshman.
Off-speed pitch, hammered but fouled on the third baseline, had home run distance, but just a foul ball, and it stays 0-2. This one straightened out a little bit, but still fouled on the third baseline. Another 0-2 pitch from Logan Shore to Mark Stasson. This one hit right at Raymond. He makes the catch for the out, and he'll just tag Aaron Starr, who was more than halfway to second base, didn't realize it was a line drive out. So an unassisted double play by Tony Raymond. He can't believe it that he made that base running blunder, so the Cardinals can hold their 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning. This Section 5 3A championship game on CTN.
There's a place not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
It's tickling me. You!
Ask your parents to take you to this not so far away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org.
Where's my husband? Where's my husband?
At a stop.
How's she doing? 2,
She was the passenger. Car was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk. I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, sir, you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
Nah, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Coon Rapids coming to the plate with a 3-0 lead as we start the bottom of the third inning. Oakley, Brenda, and Andrews to face Jeff Heath. Off-speed pitch and got Oakley guessing wrong.
Yeah, he fooled Jeremy on that pitch. It was a nice pitch from Heath. And Cardinals looking to see if they can, here in the bottom half of the third, if they can build upon that 3-0 lead that they have.
Called strike, and it's 0-2. Oakley with a fly ball out to center field in the first. 1-2.
Yeah, he
swing and a miss, and the strikeout for Heath, his third of the ball game.
I was gonna say Heath, for the most part, hasn't pitched badly. He's had there have been a couple of opportunities at third base that Madsen hasn't been able to field. As we're going to see the pitch here, and a nice pitch, gets him dropping out in the bottom, gets him swinging.
Well, he run into a little trouble there with 2 outs in that last inning when he hit a batter and then gave up back-to-back walks. This one foul, and Madsen not able to get over there in time. Brenda, grounder to short. to end the first inning. Called strike, and again, he's able to get ahead in the count 0-2. Now speed pitch misses outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Brenda has had a lot of work in the field looking to get something done at the plate. Not there.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Heath to start the third. And now Ian Andrews, who went down looking at pitch number 3.
We'll take another look at that. Is that a nice pitch, just getting him to swing late on? That hit him. They're saying he moved into it. I think Irondale's saying that he moved into that pitch. But
well, the fans certainly are, but I don't know that he moved into it. I just don't think he moved out of the way.
Yeah. Hey, you can take one for the team. Let it hit you right in the head.
Well, Fink coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did a little bit.
He did. I think he moved. Yeah, it looked like he moved into it. He kind of extended his arm a little bit, but the Cardinals will take it. As you mentioned, Chris Fink coming out talking to our home plate official, saying that it looked like he moved into that pitch. Our officials think, well, I don't happen to agree with you. I awarded him first base, and that's where he's going to stay.
You're never going to get Blue to change
No,
his
absolutely
mind.
not. I mean,
ever.
But you have to get him to. You have to talk to him to get him to think for later in the game. That if you came out and you feel he made a call.
As long as you're respectful, or else
absolutely.
he's going to think. Unfortunately, yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, he moved into it.
He definitely stuck the elbow out a little bit there. And now Corbin Matisovsky. First pitch of his first at bat, ground ball to second base. And although he hit it pretty hard, Stassen bobbled it a little bit, but still able to get him out at first. Andrews a pretty conservative lead at first. That pitch didn't miss by much, 1-1.
Oh,
that was a pretty good-looking pitch. And the Knights fans certainly
they didn't like it. They didn't like that.
They didn't
call.
like that it was not called a strike.
Yeah, I mean that's right there. That's a strike.
This one fouled back. It's 2-2.
Oh, there's the second strike.
Some embattled home plate umpires in both of these contests. 2-2 pitch is up high, and it's a full count.
Oh, and Heath definitely just wants to bear down and get the batter. Does not want to lose him with 2 away. Already trailing 3-0.
Yeah, does not want it. Same way it happened in the last inning. Hit a batter, back-to-back walks, and then the 2-out single by Smith. And, boy, they almost had Andrews picked off at first.
Yeah, but Ian able to get back in there. Ian's sporting the Mohawk.
He's going to take off. Matisovsky, little soft liner. Nice play by Caldwell to make the grab and end the inning. We go to the fourth. Coon Rapids 3, Irondale 0. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
Welcome home, man.
Logan Shore has given up a seeing eye single, but only faced 9 men through 3 innings, thanks to the double play ball in the top of the third. Top of the order due up for the Knights here in the top of the fourth. Norton, Caldwell, and Canada.
Well, it would have been nice for the Cardinals to try and get a couple, at least another run there in the bottom half of the third as Corbin throws that one out in the outfield a little bit. But again, Shore doing a nice job from the mound here early on through 3 innings.
Norton, ground ball back to the pitcher in the first, and that was right off the side of the thigh. Not how Shore wanted to start the inning. It's 3 hit batters in the ball game already.
Yeah, definitely not the way he wanted to start this top half of the fourth. I mean, it certainly was not intentional. It wasn't any type of a payback for one that hit Andrews, but
just got away from him a little bit. Tim Caldwell grounded out to first in the first. Now with a runner at first and no one out, reaches out, pokes that into the seats.
The Knights been doing a good job of at least attempting to put the ball down the third baseline here in the second game, but haven't been able to keep it in fair territory. And again, a dangerous hitter at the plate for the Knights.
Again, Caldwell with a couple of triples in game number 1. Drove in 5 of the Knights' 11 runs. Check on the runner, and Norton dives back in time. Breaking pitch stays outside, 1-1. Called strike on the outside edge, and Shore back ahead, and they count 1-2.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch from Logan.
Fastball driven toward the gap in right center. This one's going to run all the way to the fence, and this one is going to plate Norton with the second run of the game. Caldwell, the first run of the game, I should say. Caldwell, his third triple of the day.
Yeah, that's impressive. Now, and they get a run back to the Knights, and we saw in that first game they're very dangerous at the plate, and you can't give them anything. And you're right, he drilled that pitch to deep center field.
A lot of space in the alleys here at Midway Stadium, and Caldwell has found it 3 times this afternoon. He's got 3 triples, and he's driven in 6 runs in the 2 games.
It's impressive.
Now Corey Canada, who struck out his first time up, trying to cut it to a 1-run lead. They've got a runner at third with nobody out. Another strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and Logan just has to really settle down a little bit. He gave up the big hit to Caldwell, but he's got to concentrate on Canada right now, making sure that he doesn't cause any damage with his at bat.
Reaches out and pokes high fly to right, backing off to make the catch his height. Tagging and scoring on the play is Caldwell, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Well, Canada did what he needed to do, and he got hit it well deep enough easily to score Caldwell from third, and the Knights come back with a couple of runs here so far their own in the top of the fourth, and they've cut the lead to 1, 3-2 in favor of the Cards.
Jeff Heath now. Takes it inside, 1-0. Heath, a ground ball to third base. His first time up. Watches a strike on the outside edge.
Yeah, again, Shore working that corner, that outside corner.
High pop-up in foul territory. Matusovsky chases and makes the catch.
Nice job. Became a little more of an adventure towards at the end of that catch for Corbin, but does a nice job of staying with it. Flippin was coming in, but realized that Corbin wasn't going to listen to him as far as a call-off and made the catch.
And now Jim Jerry also grounded out to third base. Fouls back the first pitch. Off speed pitch, and Jerry out in front of it, fouls it off down the third baseline. It's 0-2.
Couple of quick strikes in the big first base minder.
That one just about stayed fair down the first baseline. But a foul will keep the count at 0-2. Down low. 1-2. Swing and a miss and the strikeout. Ends the inning, but Irondale gets a couple back, and the lead is down to 1. Cardinals batting at the bottom of the fourth with a 3-2 lead when we return to the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
Was that my exit? There you are, ma'am, all done.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
Thanks again.
Everyday emergency workers, as well as maintenance crews, construction crews, and first drivers work on busy roadways. And every day they're at risk of being killed.
On multi-lane highways, please move over one lane. Our lives depend on you.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Fans treated to a tight ball game here in game number 2. The winner of this contest moves on to the state tournament. Coon Rapids jumped to a 3-0 lead, but the Knights able to get a couple back in the top half of this fourth inning. Brandon Flippin leading things off. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run. This one a soft pop-up into the grass, and Stanson there to make the catch.
Well, Joe, the fact that Irondale came back with a couple of runs really puts them right back into this contest, now just trailing by 1, and you know, gives them a little bit of more confidence back after falling behind 3-0. And Coon Rapids, you know, just have to continue to be aggressive at the plate, and definitely would like to string together a minimum of a run here in the bottom half of the fourth, trying to extend that lead again.
Height with the drive toward the gap in left center. Long run, diving, can't make the play is Joe Norton. Height rounds, digs for second, and slides in safely with a one-out double.
Oh, nice job by Luke Height just drilling that ball to center field. And Norton was on his horse trying to grab it, but it just fell a little bit short. And Height doing a good job. You're going to see just that fastball right down the middle of the plate. And Norton's trying to extend for it, and it's just going to extend beyond his glove. But Height able to hustle into second with a one-out double.
And now Tony Raymond, he singled and scored in the first and then walked in the second. Takes a pitch up high.
Here's a big spot for Tony Raymond here. The runner in scoring position to see if he can get a run across here in the bottom half of the fourth.
This one driven but just fouled on the third baseline.
Well, that would have, had that been fair.
Little too much hook on it. And now 1-1.
You're seeing a little action in the Irondale bullpen.
Speed pitch, and Raymond well in front of that, 1-2.
Trying to get a number here. Just that's still that Star again, Aaron Star. He's warmed up a number of times here this afternoon.
He's staying loose. 1-2 called, third strike. Great pitch from Jeff Heath for out number 2 here in this 4th inning.
All Tony Raymond can do is just shake his head at that pitch.
Sam Smith came up with the big hit in his last at bat, a 2-run single. With 2 out, now trying to come up with another big 2-out hit.
Boy, the Irondale fans definitely working the official behind the plate.
Fastball outside, 2-0. Steps off and fight back at the bag at second. 2-0 pitch to Smith, hit high to center. Going back on it is Norton. He's there in plenty of time to record out number 3. We go to the 5th. Coon Rapids leading 3-2. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
I really want to show you something.
1, 2, ready, go. L-O-V-E. It's a mystery. All is love. Is love.
Did you play today? For great play ideas, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
We've got a great one cooking here at Midway. Starting the 5th inning, winner moving on to the 2010 Minnesota State Baseball Tournament. Logan Shore cruised through the first 3 innings. Gave up a couple of runs on a big triple by Tim Caldwell in that 4th inning. Irondale able to cash in on their hit batter in that inning as well.
What Shore needs is a quick inning and just get back to the plate. Cardinals out hitting the Knights 4-2, but Irondale getting a couple of runs in that top of the 4th, getting right back into this ball game now, just trailing by 1.
Doug Weiser leading things off for Irondale in the 5th. Takes a strike. He had a pop-up to third base his first time up. Had a couple of hits, though, in game 1. Scored a couple of runs. Fastball is low, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that it's his 18th birthday today, and had a nice game in that first one.
High fly to center. Long run for Funfar, but he is able to make the play for out number 1.
Good job by Kirk just to track that one down. And you're right, he had a long run over there, able to grab that out. Grabbed that ball for the first out of the inning. And Weiser gave it a little bit of a ride, but Funfar able to track it down.
And now the right fielder for Irondale, Tyler Pomeroy, digging in. Pitch is high. Pomeroy with a ground ball to third. Strike at the letters. And now calls time as You don't get a lot of time to resettle against Logan Shore because he's just going to keep throwing the ball.
Yeah, he throws quickly.
This one misses wide, 2-1. That one finds the edge, 2-2.
The winner of this game goes in 5 AAA, plays 6 AAA. It could be either Armstrong, who has 2 wins, were in the same position the Cardinals were coming into this game, or St. Louis Park or Holy Angels. I know they were playing today, and then the winner plays Armstrong, and they have to beat Armstrong twice. So there's a good shot. The winner of this game will play Armstrong.
In the first round of the tournament. Full count. Foul back out of play by Pomeroy. Yeah, Coon Rapids had that huge advantage coming in.
Yes, they did.
Needing only 1 win in 2 games, but Irondale just jumped on them in game 1. This one driven well down left field line, but hooks out of play.
Well, and they had the big advantage to start this game, too, with a quick 3-0 lead, but, Irondale's quickly closed that. Cardinals would have liked to have put the kind of run production up against Irondale that the Knights did to them in the first contest, unable to do that here.
Well,
so
four run innings in the second and the third for him in game 1. That pitch down and away, and ball 4. First walk of the game for Logan Shore.
And then you put a base runner on, so with 1 away, looking to keep, see if you can get something hit on the ground, see if the Cardinals defense can turn 2. That's what they're looking for here, that opportunity.
Well, Aaron Starr grounded one just past a diving Sam Smith at second, and was then doubled up on the line drive to end the third. Pomeroy, a decent lead at first. Starr fouls it off. Beautiful breaking pitch to follow up that fastball, and Starr just frozen at the plate. It's 0-2.
Yeah, and Logan doing a good job of mixing his pitches up, and when he's working that outside corner down low of the plate, he's pretty right on.
Oh, did they call that a ball?
No, he threw over to 1-1.
Well, no, the one before that.
The one before
so
that, yeah.
1-1. I thought that breaking pitch found the zone. And now outside, 2-1. Speed pitch, and that completely baffled Aaron Starr. 2-2.
No, that one was called. The scoreboard was off. Yeah, you are correct. Good job, Joe Yund.
That is strike 3 then. And strikeout number 3 for Logan Shore.
And then and also the second out of the inning for the Cardinals.
And now number 9 hitter Mark Stassen. Little liner to Raymond at short in the third inning. Fastball through the hole on the right side. And the 2-out single will keep this inning alive.
A good job, good piece of hitting by Stassen. He's able to find that hole between first and second with Flippin holding the runner.
Only the third hit allowed by Shore. And back to the top of the order, Joe Norton was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 4th. Now a 2 on and 2 out. Fastball misses outside. Another fastball chopped left side. Brenda Fields throws to second to get the out and end the inning. The Cardinals will bat again, looking to increase their lead. It's 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching high school playoff baseball on CTN.
I think that Sports Night really allows the community to stay involved with the high school sports and the kids in the community.
We try and give some coverage to each and every sports that you may not see on a regular basis.
It's a whole lot of fun. We go out there and we have a good time. We have grown to be very good friends in the years that we've done this.
We feel a part of this community. That's one of the most important things I'll take out of this, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
It's a winner-take-all game here in the Section 5 3A championship. The Cardinals struck early at the double steal, scoring the first run of the game. And then Sam Smith sneaking a single through that scores 2 runs, giving the Cardinals a 3-0 lead. But the big hit of the day seemed to all be coming from number 4, Tim Caldwell. He's got 3 triples. That one in this game. And then he scored on the sacrifice fly by Corey Canada to make it 3-2.
It's been a really nice day here at the ballpark. The weather's been, overcast a little bit, sunny at times, and which it is right now, and just a great day for high school baseball.
Logan Shore will lead things off for the Cardinals in the 5th. Had a single in the first inning. Fly ball to center field in the second. He's quickly ahead in the count, 2-0.
Logan obviously trying to help his cause from the mound at the plate. They're 3-0.
He's got a dangerous bat, but he's also got a great eye.
Yeah, he does.
The take signal almost for sure on here. And Heath able to find the inside edge. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Will Heiser getting loose in the bullpen for Coon Rapids, just probably getting that arm warm, just in case.
This one chopped through the hole on the left side, and Logan Shore has his second hit of the ball game.
Again, a nice job by Logan Shore on a 3-1 count, a fastball, able to put that between short and third for the base hit, and Brady Dristy's going to be the courtesy runner.
His 4th hit of the day.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, Brady Dristy made his way out there and then turned back around.
Are they having Waterman? I think Casey Waterman.
Yeah, Waterman ran for him in the first inning. And now Jeremy Oakley. He's hitting in the cleanup spot, and the Cardinals need him to produce.
They do. There's no doubt about it.
He did come up with a big hit in game number 1. A 2-run double in the 5th. They would like to take advantage of it here with the leadoff man on base. And only a 1-run lead. Nice bunt. Little too fast back to Heath, but Waterman got a good jump. No chance to get him. And the sacrifice moves the runner into scoring position.
Now the Cardinals looking to play a little small ball as they get with 1 away, runner at second in scoring position. And they know that runs are really important here. Obviously, we talked about it.
Joe Brenda started this afternoon with a single, a stolen base, and a run in the second inning of game number 1. But since that time, 0 for 5. And now with a runner in scoring position, 1 away, Cardinals trying to increase their 1-run lead and back up the middle. Nice play by Stassen behind the bag. Brenda is out at first. But Waterman advances to third base.
Yeah, I think they were looking for that opportunity back up the box again. They've had a couple of base hits, but Stassen's a nice second baseman. He's a good fielder, and again, the Cardinals move the runner along. But now the important thing is you've got 2 away, and in order to bring that runner across, you're going to have to get a base hit.
Good read off the bat and good speed for Stassen. Ian Andrews hit by a pitch his last time up. Struck out on 3 pitches in his first trip. Another foul back out of play. 0-2. Another foul ball. Andrews not afraid to get the bat off his shoulder.
No, he's aggressive at the plate. We've seen it, especially towards the end of the season. He's been hitting, pretty well, definitely towards the end of the season, and this is a big at bat for him. If he can come through with a base hit here and get a run on the board.
This one is going to be again in foul territory. Long run for both Jerry and Pomeroy, but yeah, no chance for either of them to get to it. It stays 0-2. Heath taking his time, returning to the mound. Looked over to the official at first base for something, not quite sure what.
Boy, look at that hole.
But now he looks into the
right center.
High pop-up by Andrews, Kennedy. And now Heath stumbling back into fair territory, makes the catch. And able to end the inning. Cardinals leave a man stranded at third. We go to the sixth. They're holding on to a one-run lead. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
Yes, ready.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Back at the ballpark, we're starting the late innings here of game number 2 of this championship doubleheader. Irondale won the first 11-4 to force a second game, and now hanging on as the Cardinals threatened to run away with it early. The Knights came back and have it down to a one-run lead as we start the 6th. And their big hitter will be leading things off. Tim Caldwell with 2 triples, 5 RBI in game number 1. Had an RBI triple his last time up and then scored on a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, and again, Coon Rapids would really, I think, Joe, would like to get their bats going. And I think even though they have a 3-2 lead, 5 hits, I'm sure that both Coach Bright and Co. feeling that offense needs to get going a little bit more.
Caldwell, little pop-up into a dangerous spot of the field, but Raymond good wheels to track it down for out number 1.
Yeah, and anytime you can get that guy off the base paths, that's a big victory for you. And Tony Raymond, as you mentioned, with some nice speed from the shortstop position, backtracking and catching that ball over his head.
And now the catcher, Corey Kennedy. Strikeout first time up, a sacrifice fly to right last time at the plate. Takes a pitch for strike 1. And now down and away, 1-1. Fastball is right there, and Shore is back ahead in the count.
And again, Logan's really showing no signs of fatigue at all on the mound, and doing a nice job here this afternoon, and just allowing 3 hits.
Now a couple pitches down and outside, and it's a full count.
Well, he'd been keeping his pitches low, and especially cutting that, nipping that outside corner.
Fastball is up and in. Second walk of the ball game for Logan Shore. And now Irondale pitcher Jeff Heath.
Jeff Heath trying to help his cause with a one-away runner at first. Just trailing by a run are the Knights here in the top of the 6th. Double play would be nice for the Coon Rapids Cardinals right about now.
Heath with a ground out to third and a pop-up in foul territory. Caught by Matusovsky back in the 4th inning. He thought about going, but keeps his bat on his shoulder and gets ahead in the count 2-0. Heath taking a long look over for the sign. Hits this one back up the middle. Shore fields, throws to Raymond for out number 1. The relay is way down the line, and the error will allow Heath to move into scoring position.
Now maybe that's one Tony Raymond should have held on to. It would have been a tough play at that. He had to rush his throw. It was a nice play to get the out at second. Shore doing a good job of looking the runner, but I don't know. Tony just throws a little bit off. It would have been tough. But
Heath will reach on a fielder's choice, advance to second on the error, which will be charged to Tony Raymond. And now Jim Jerry bats with 2 down.
Again, just be concerned about that hitter at the plate, 2 away, up by a run, and get out of the inning. That's the main concern here for Logan Shore.
Off speed pitch fouled off out of play. Definitely changes the speed of the bat when Shore goes from his fastball to in the 80s and his good changeup. Steps off, and Heath retreats to the bag at second.
And Corbin will come out. Gordon Matusovsky will come out and talk to Logan Shore. The future of Coon Rapids Cardinal baseball, sophomore catcher, freshman pitcher. They're going to be around this program for a while.
Fastball gets Jerry swinging, 1-2.
Big pitch coming up for Logan Shore. We can get the K here on Jerry. Be a big opportunity. Oh.
Jerry barely checking that swing. Off speed pitch, weakly hit back to Shore, barehands it. Throws over to Flippin and plenty of time for out number 3. Cardinals keeping that lead at 3-2. We head to the bottom of the 6th in this Section 5 AAA championship game right here on CTN.
So my uncle calls and he says he's dizzy and he's losing his balance. I'm like, Unc, you want me to take you to a doctor? He's like, no, I'm gonna look up the symptoms. I said, your symptoms are you're dizzy and you're losing your balance. So he said, I can't get on the internet because my arm is numb. I said, well, use your good arm and dial 911. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love is showing symptoms of stroke, don't wait because it might be too late. Dial 911. Time lost is brain lost.
When you watch CTN News, you'll notice we're different. It's about the people, the places, the stories that affect your life.
We're local. We focus on the local communities, the local issues, and the local stories.
They're the stories that impact you, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
It's the people, the places, and the events that make CTN so interesting.
It's about connecting you to your community, one story at a time.
Beautiful day to be at the ballpark, and a big offensive explosion by Irondale in game number 1 forces game number 2, and now locked in a tight one as we start the bottom of the 6th. Corbin Matisovsky, the Cardinal catcher, 0 for 5 so far today. Watches a strike on the outside edge. Good fastball from Jeff Heath.
You talk about a big half inning for Coon Rapids offensively. Boy, if they could put some, at least a run, get one run and open up a little bit of a cushion going into the top of the 7th, that would be huge.
Speed pitch tapped back toward Heath. He'll flip to Jerry, and there's one away. Yes, an insurance run here would be big.
Huge.
Brings up Brandon Flippin. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, ended up scoring a run. Fouls back the first offering from Heath. And really, Heath had a little bit of trouble, especially in that 2nd inning, but has been pretty solid over the last 3.
Yeah, he really has.
Off-speed pitch, tapped, and is foul off the plate. It was actually going to stay in fair territory, but called foul off the plate. It is 0-2 now to Brandon Flippin. Reaches out, pokes this one into left. It'll fall in front of Weezer. And a 1-out single for Flippin. And now Luke Height. Walked and scored in the 2nd, a double in the 4th. It's pretty good production from your number 9 guy.
Absolutely.
Takes a pitch inside, and the return of the groans from the Irondale crowd.
No, they've been pretty much all game long.
The last couple of innings, they haven't had a lot to complain about, but that was pretty close. That one called a strike. Check on the runner, and out at first is Brandon Flippin. Great pickoff move by Jeff Heath.
Wow. Yeah, and actually that was Brady Dristy. There again, you're going to see it here. Dristy getting a little bit late, leaning towards the bag. Oh, I think he was safe. I think he had his hand, but nonetheless, it's a tough call to make one way or the other. But the Knights will take it. They'll clean up the runner at first.
I thought it was 2-1, but it's up as 3-0 on the board.
Well, whoever's running the scoreboard hasn't been on very often.
Height fouls it back, 2-2.
We'll go by you. You're the official scorer here today.
Well, I'm looking at our official, and he just said 2-2.
Yeah.
So
the scorekeeper,
I'm going to go with him.
Absolutely.
Our scoreboard is following the stadium scoreboard, and now a full count. And now everybody's on the same page at 3-2. And a called third strike, a 1-2-3 inning for Heath, despite giving up the single. We go to the 7th. Irondale needs a run to keep their state tournament dreams alive. You're watching the Section 5 3A Championship on CTN.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, I stole a cheeseburger once on my dog.
so lost. No, I am not, man. Dude, I dropped my phone. Yo, the road. Whoa. Okay. It's totally fine.
How would you like to save your life from an ugly or reckless driving death? Don't answer yet. There's more. Act now by slowing down, and we'll guarantee you complete satisfaction.
That's awesome.
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Whoa, Andy, slow down.
Top of the 7th inning, and really a good pitcher's duel going here in game number 2 of the Section 5 3A Championship. The freshman Logan Shore on the hill for the Cardinals has only given up 3 hits through 6. Couple of runs.
Well, Joe,
couple of walks, I think 3 strikeouts.
Cardinals just 3 outs away from a trip to the state tournament.
Weiser, Pomeroy, and Starr due up for Irondale. Weiser 0 for 2. Pop up and a fly out. Takes a fastball for a strike, and the Cardinal fans starting to feel it. Of course, the Cardinals, the state champions 2 years ago, and it was a similar thing where they were a lower seed in the section tournament, but able to get hot at the right time.
Yeah, and then the last 3 teams remaining were the last couple of teams were lower seeds than the Cardinals.
Slow chopper to Raymond. It's short, hustles the throw. Good stretch by Flippin to get the out. And Fink down there doesn't think that he stayed on the bag. The assistant coach coming all the way over from third base.
No, his foot's definitely on the bag. I don't know what he's talking about.
His toe's still there.
Nice call, Blue. I mean, it was close. He had the tiptoe out there. I don't know what the talk is here. Yeah, it's an out.
Well, again, you're never going to get Blue to change
No,
his
absolutely
mind,
not.
Unless
and that was the right
he's
call.
Overruled maybe by the other base official at third base. The home plate official certainly isn't going to have a different view from there.
What if you have a perfect game and you get the last out of the game and they call him safe?
You get a new Corvette.
I know,
the
that's
next
true.
time you come home.
Maybe they'll get Weiser a Schwinn.
Tyler Pomeroy. A ground out to third and a walk in this second game, trying to get something going. Chopped back to Shore on a high hop. Plenty of time. High throw, but Flippin able to jump up. And he double checks, makes sure he tags the bag.
Yeah.
For the second out.
1 out away from a state berth, and this would be a big win for the Cardinals coming in here after getting blown away in that first game, Joe, and coming back here and getting a 3-run lead, and so far holding on to that 3-run lead.
And Irondale down to its final out. Aaron Starr, the DH, takes a strike.
How many strikeouts does Shore have?
Only 3.
That's what I thought. I didn't thought he had 3 or 4.
Starr way out in front of that breaking pitch. And it's an 0-2 count.
Coon Rapids fans on their feet, as well they should be. At least some of them.
Starr able to foul that one back and stay alive. Some Irondale fans on their feet as well. I don't see the rally caps out, though.
They should be.
They should be. But a great ball game no matter what. And a fun afternoon. Reaches out and pokes that one foul. It'll stay 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch. This one hits to Raymond. Waits on it. Throws right on the money. And the Coon Rapids Cardinals are the Section 5 3A baseball champions. A trip to the state tournament. They will start next week. We will take a break and be back with some reaction from the winners and the newly crowned Section 5 champions right after this.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Coon Rapids Cardinals hoisting the Section 5 3A championship plaque for the second time in 3 years. They needed 2 games to do it this afternoon against Irondale. After losing big in game number 1, they come back with a thrilling victory in game number 2. Freshman pitcher Logan Shore was outstanding, especially down the stretch, able to hold the Irondale Knights to just 3 hits and 2 runs through 7 innings, and the Cardinals advance to the state tournament with a 3-2 victory. My cohort, Howie Shapiro, is standing by down on the field with the star of this afternoon's second game, Logan Shore, the pitcher, and also with head coach Jerry Coe. Howie?
Thanks, Joe. Yes, I am here with the star of the game, Logan Shore, and also the head coach, Jerry Coe. And Logan, I'm going to start with you. Talk about, we've talked about the freshman phenom, and you've had a great year, and you've had a lot of publicity, and you've handled it so well. Talk about when you first stepped out on the mound here in this second game. What were you feeling? Were you feeling a little nerves, a little bit of pressure?
I mean, obviously I was feeling pressure, but because they just put up 11 runs on us. But I mean, I felt confident throwing in the bullpen, and prayed a couple times before the game, and so I felt really good.
Talk about going in the top of the 7th. I mean, that had to be a little pressure there too. You're up by a run, and you come in and you've pitched a great game. You were dominant in terms of strikeouts. I think you had 3, but your control was good and you pitched well. Talk about going into that top of the inning and what's your thoughts and what Coach Coe had to say to you.
I was getting a little tired. I was fatigued, obviously, but my velocity was down, so I just knew I just had to throw strikes and just get my off speed, keep everything low. And if I hit my spots, I don't really think there's a lot of people that can hit it, so I felt confident, and yeah.
Well, we feel confident in you too. Again, congratulations. Good luck in the state tournament next week. Head coach Jerry Coe. Jerry, feels good. Second time in 2 years making it to the state tournament.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? I guess both years it was kind of unexpected after the regular seasons we had, but this group of guys doesn't quit. Even when we were down 11-1 there, we didn't quit. We got 3 or 4 runs, and it wasn't enough in the first game, but I knew that the kids would be ready for this second game.
Talk about what you said to your players after that first game. Irondale, you got to give them a lot of credit. They came out and they hit the ball around the ballpark and scored a lot of runs. Talk about what you said to them right before they took the field for the game number 2.
Well, we knew that Irondale was very good. We'd watched them 2 or 3 times this year, and they're a kind of scrappy team. 1 through 9, they can all punch the ball somewhere, and Caldwell is a nice ball player, and so is their catcher, and they've got a couple nice pitchers. That left-hander did a nice job. I'm going to give them a lot of credit in that first game because they really took it to us. The second game, we just said, hey guys, it's now or never, and it's time to regroup, and it's a little tough, playing right away after you get trounced like that, but again, give a credit to our guys. They came back and did the job, and you got to be mentally tough in baseball. It's probably other people will disagree with me on this, but I think baseball is the most mentally toughest sport that you can possibly participate in, because it's a failure. But our guys came back and we did a good job.
I'll ask you one last question before I let you go celebrate. There's a good shot that you're going to probably play Robbinsdale Armstrong in that first game on Thursday. If it goes out, they were up. I don't believe they lost a game, and they were going to play today like you did. Your thoughts on that squad? What do you know about them and going into that game next Thursday?
Well, I'm going in blind next weekend because I haven't seen them play this year. I don't know anything about them. I'm going to try to find somebody that's played them, and maybe we can get some information from them. But we'll just show up at the state tournament and see what we can do.
Well, Jerry, congratulations again on a big win. The Coon Rapids Cardinals are going to go to the state baseball tournament once again here in 2010. And I think I'm going to throw it back up to my cohort, Joe Young. Joe, take it back.
Yeah, the second section championship in 3 years for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. And last time in 2008, they were able to take it all the way to a state championship. A great game here in game number 2 for the Cardinals. They got out in front early thanks to some timely hitting by the Cardinals and able to hold on to that lead thanks to the great pitching by Logan Short. Great double steal. Good strategy in the first inning, and then the 2-run single by Sam Smith back up the box in the second. Gave the Cardinals that 3-2 lead. And then he mentioned Caldwell by name. He had 3 triples today, 6 RBI, and he got the second run in this game on the sacrifice fly by Corey Canaday, and then Logan Shore able to keep Irondale off balance. Gave up just 3 hits, those 2 runs, both coming in the 4th inning for the Knights, but the Cardinals advance with the 3-2 victory and become the Section 5 3A baseball champions. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, we want to thank you all for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including the master of mustache machismo, Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Yund saying goodnight. When you're doing those interviews, okay, here you are. You got your interview here, your interview here. When you ask the question, step out like this.
Okay.
So that, close to him? No. The thing is, when you're standing next to them, they turn like this, and all we get's the profile.
Okay.
So if you step out like